The unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Good morning, Rangers. I am Darren, the local artist. I am here at Woodland Park, home of the Rangers, bringing you the smoking hot news. Today is Tuesday, January 26, 2016. Everyone please stand and face the flag in your classroom. Place your right hand over your heart.
Puzzling to the flag, a night speak America, and to the flag, where victory stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dream up and lead, achieve! Woodland Park is my school. I follow all the rules. I use my manners and take tunes. Woodland Park is my favorite. I love myself, my friends in school. Well, being nice is very cool.
This week we are going to meet a few famous artists. Our second artist this week is Leonardo da Vinci. Who was he? Why is he famous? What were some of his famous artworks? What were some of his inventions? When and where did he live? Learn the answers to all these questions and more with this brief introduction to the ultimate Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci.
Today we're going to learn about the famous artist, Leonardo da Vinci. Born in 1452, Leonardo da Vinci is most famous as a painter, but he was also a scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, sculptor, architect, botanist, musician, and writer. He is one of the most famous artists in history, and some people think he is one of the most talented people ever to have lived. Leonardo was born in Vinci, a small town in Italy. That is where he got his name. Da Vinci means of Vinci, so he was known as Leonardo from Vinci, because he did not have a last name. Leonardo started painting while he was a child, and when he was 14 he was sent to the city of Florence and apprenticed to an artist named Verrocchio. In the workshop, Verrocchio and his apprentices would often work on pieces together. That is why Leonardo only painted part of the earliest paintings we have of his. By the time he was 20, Leonardo da Vinci was good enough that his father set him up in his own workshop, and that is when he began creating artwork of his own. Despite training as an artist, it seems that Leonardo did not think of himself as a painter. When he moved to Milan at the age of 30, he wrote a letter to the Duke there, talking about the wonderful and different things he could do in engineering, and he said he could also paint. During the Renaissance, when Da Vinci lived, art and science were not seen as separate studies, but more like two sides of the same coin. It's true that Leonardo spent a great deal of time in a close and careful study of the world around him, and he was full of ideas for inventions that would not be used for hundreds of years. He spent a long time studying the human body. He imagined ways that people could walk on water and designed armored tanks. He invented an early parachute and a version of the helicopter, a self-propelled cart, and scuba diving gear. Some of his inventions were put to use, some were forgotten, and others never really worked. One thing Leonardo wanted all his life was to find a way for a person to fly. "You may see that the beating of its wings against the air supports a heavy eagle," he said. "Again you may see the air in motion over the sea, fill the swelling sails and drive heavily laden ships. From these instances and the reasons given, a man with wings large enough and duly connected might learn to overcome the resistance of the air and, by conquering it, succeed in subjugating it and rising above it. He studied birds and tried countless ways, but as far as we know, Leonardo da Vinci never achieved flight. While his contributions to science for the most part went unrecognized for many years, Leonardo's genius for painting was obvious to everyone who saw it. Two of his paintings, The Last Supper and the Mona Lisa, are considered the most famous paintings in the world. Unlike many other artists, Leonardo da Vinci was incredibly famous and successful during his lifetime. After he died, people were still interested in him and his art. For more than 500 years, people have studied and enjoyed his work. In 1568, Giorgio Vasari wrote this about da Vinci. In the normal course of events, many men and women are born with remarkable talents, but occasionally, in a way that transcends nature, a single person is marvelously endowed by heaven with beauty, grace, and talent in such abundance that he leaves other men far behind. All his actions seem inspired, and indeed everything he does clearly comes from God rather than from human skill. Everyone acknowledged that this was true of Leonardo da Vinci. I hope you enjoyed learning about Leonardo da Vinci and seeing some of his wonderful work. Goodbye.
Today is Tuesday. You got the letter R. I have the lowercase r. I have the big R. R goes R. And rope will say R. Reindeer. Rope. Bye-bye, Rangers. My dream to be PJ Masks.
You all have a wonderful day, and remember, Rangers are safe, Rangers are responsible, and Rangers are respectful. Goodbye for now.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you, 'cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.